Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to South Tahoe High School's 2020 graduation.
Vikings. My name is Sarah Harden, the all-student body president at South Tahoe High School. I am here to welcome you and all of your family to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. I want to start off by saying a special thank you to everyone watching this broadcast. Thank you to the moms and dads out there who have been such a positive influence on every single one of our lives. Thank you for everything you do, from cheering us on at sporting events to just saying, have a good day at school when we leave home in the morning. Thank you to all the individuals who are siblings of class of 2020 seniors. Thank you for believing in us and never failing to push our buttons. To older and younger siblings, thank you for being role models for us and allowing us to be role models to you. Thank you to all the STHS teachers who have worked so hard to help each and every student learn and grow throughout our time at this school. Especially with classes going online, thank you to the teachers at STHS for being flexible, understanding, and supportive. Lastly, thank you to individuals in our lives that we fail to thank every day. Thank you to individuals and companies like Caltrans who clean the roads to allow us to get to school every day when it snows, or nurses at Barton, who make sure we stay healthy in order to tackle our everyday tasks. I know this year's graduation took a bit of a turn when COVID-19 came to town. Due to our situation, we may not all be closely collected in Viking Stadium for our normal graduation ceremony, like in years past. But no matter where you are or how you are watching this broadcast, I just want to say, even though we are separated by a social distance, we are all proud Vikings who have worked together to be here today. From the first day we stepped on this campus, we have bled blue and gold, and hopefully our Viking pride will flutter in us until the day we die. Many of us, like me, have not attended STHS for all 4 years, but no matter how long you attend this school, we have all made unforgettable memories and unbreakable bonds with students, teachers, admin, and coaches. Everyone who has attended South Tahoe High School for 4 years knows the struggle of being forced to take health with Miss Kane or having to take English with Berkshire. Throughout the years, many of us know the feeling of having our mind blown out the water by Mr. Beavers or having a super fun time while still learning in classes like Miss Berry's or Miss Pomeroy's. As we have grown older at STHS, some of us may remember the transition from underclassmen to upperclassmen and feeling as if you are a top dog of the school. As our days at South Tahoe High School roll by, many of us know the struggle of trying to find a parking spot in the morning and upper. While attending STHS, you may have dreaded impatiently waiting in the lines at the bottom of the hill. But this endeavor is now behind us. Many of us know the struggles of not wanting to get out of bed because senioritis has consumed you. Another thing I used to do, and I think many people agree with, was wishing for a snow day because I really didn't want to do my homework or go to school in the freezing cold. We have all gone through these struggles, but have persevered in order to be in the position we are today, receiving our diplomas. Today is a special day in everyone's eyes, no matter if you are a class of 2020 student, a sibling, or even a grandparent. Speaking from the heart, today is the day that all seniors have impatiently waited for and all parents have secretly dreaded. Today is the day that the class of 2020 moves forward to wherever life carves a path for them. Our student body has a wide variety of destinations that we will make an appearance at in the fall of 2020. Some have chosen to attend university hours away. Some will be attending LTCC right around the corner. And some will begin working after graduation. But all of this does not matter. It does not matter which school you attend or which job you pursue after high school. Every single person in this crowd has their own story. It does not matter where an individual goes now. It matters where they end up. It matters what choices you decide to make to shape your future. It matters what type of person you choose to become. Now, as our time at South Tahoe High School comes to an end, I want to say congratulations on the accomplishments every single one of you have achieved so far, and best of luck in your years to come. One last thing I want the class of 2020 to remember is COVID-19 may have taken away our personal interactions in our classes at STHS, but nothing in your life will ever take away the special bonds you have created with your classmates of 2020. Congratulations to all. We are the proud class of 2020 who will continue to endure challenges together and forever. Thank you. Please join our Superintendent Dr. Tarwater and I in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now, introducing Braulio Garcia Orozco to sing the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, everyone. I am Carlene Sinkler, the principal of South Tahoe High School. Welcome, South Tahoe High School class of 2020, along with your family, your friends, students, staff, and the entire South Lake Tahoe community to this virtual version of the class of 2020's commencement. Thank you, Sarah, for opening our ceremony with gratitude and optimism despite the challenges that class of 2020 has faced. Bravo, Braulio, for your passionate rendition of the national anthem. Welcome to all who join us as we celebrate our graduates' ceremonial passage from high school to their adult lives and the future that awaits. Welcome to our Lake Tahoe Unified Board members, Troy Matthews, Brandy Bannister, Bonnie Turnbull, Lori Kemper, and President Larry Riley. Before we begin, I want to recognize our Superintendent, Dr. James Tarwater, Dr. Ed Monansala, the Superintendent of El Dorado County Office of Education, Supervisor Sue Novosel, and John Rice at Sierra at Tahoe for advocating for a truly Tahoe graduation at Sierra at Tahoe tomorrow on June 19th. I also welcome Bob Grant, Director of Secondary Education, Assistant Principals Pat Harnett and Justin Zunino, the incredible staff at South Tahoe High School, and our senior class advisors, Robin Rasmussen and Karen Levine. Special thanks to Travis Stile, our TV production teacher, and Lake Tahoe TV and KRLT for broadcasting. Thank you. And now, on with our ceremony. In a year like no other, I, along with the entire South Lake Tahoe community, congratulate our 2020 Vikings on your graduation from high school and wish you the best on your journey to college, career, and life. During the ceremony, we will hear from members of the class of 2020 who will describe how character, persistence, and the will to succeed are the ingredients to finding your path, how the past is prologue to an unknown future, and a bilingual speech in both English and Spanish that provides advice to the class of 2020 that goes beyond what it means to be the class of quarantine and speaks to the opportunities that exist in the most difficult of circumstances. In every speech, you will hear the wisdom of youth, the bittersweet acceptance of a final year without the trappings of normal senior events, and the sense of resilience that will endure well beyond high school. Before we begin, you may notice that our ceremony was filmed in various locations around our beautiful campus. Spaces that once held crowds of families and students are now empty. These empty spaces spark a deep appreciation for our community bonds and remain in wait in hopes to be filled again with physical and social connection. Joining us from Viking Stadium, it's my privilege to introduce our Superintendent, Dr. Tarwater, who will deliver a special message to our community and wise advice to our graduates. Dr. Tarwater has been our superintendent for 15 years and is retiring after 54 years of service and education. He has watched our graduates grow, and I am inspired by his love and dedication to our students.
Welcome, students, parents, and staff. Congratulations to South Tahoe High School class of 2020 and Mount Talac class of 2020. Speaking of Mount Talac, I'd like to thank you for my 2020 cap, which has the OG. I appreciate that. And wanted to thank you for inspiring us to provide you with a flagpole and an American flag so that you look like the other schools. This year is unlike any other year. Normally, we would like to be celebrating all of your accomplishments with your classmates, families, and staff. We're sorry that we can't do this, but we've worked hard to provide you with something else for our special graduation that involves social distancing. Through our partnership with Sierra Tahoe, we are one of the unique districts that can have a ski lift drive-through graduation. The class of 2020 is phenomenal. Fun to watch as you grow up, as you move through elementary, middle, and high school. We're proud of your perseverance and your focus and determination. They'll get you far in life. There are 5 distinct educational programs we have evolved during your 13 years at LTUSD. This has helped this class be highly successful. The first one is the class has had the opportunity to be involved in a variety of programs in the elementary school of choice, which allows students to choose a school that fit their needs and interests. You're able to choose between environmental science, two-way bilingual immersion, health and fitness, and finally, visual and performing arts. Number 2, in 2008, the community came through and they supported Measure G, passing a bond for $64.5 million, which allowed the district to compete and receive $34 million for Career Tech Ed for the construction and programs. 3, Career Tech Ed has provided both college and career pathways for students at the high school. You've been able to participate in construction, sports med, dental, audio, digital media, culinary arts, digital photography, hospitality management, and exercise science. Number 4, in 2011, we were the first district in California that began one-to-one computing, which has prepared the students for the digital age. We've had technology for 9 years, where a lot of these districts weren't prepared for distance learning because they didn't have the digital technology they needed. And lastly, the high school has worked in partnership with LTCC to support students with dual enrollment classes and transition to college. I'm very proud that we have worked as a team with teachers, students, and parents to survive this COVID-19 climate. Leaving high school as you begin your next chapter in your life, 3 things that I've always kept close to my heart. 1, find joy in everything you do. 2, embrace problems. Don't back away, because out of catastrophe sometimes comes opportunity you never thought about. And 3, care and respect others that we have taught you through your 13 years in Lake Tahoe Unified School District. As I look at my career ending and retiring with the class of 2020, I'll miss the high fives and the bumps and getting filled in on your accomplishments and hearing what you're going through in school. It's been an honor to be your superintendent and friend. I wish you safe, happy, and a rewarding life. Thank you, class of 2020.
It is my honor to recognize 2 of our graduates who have exceeded their peers, the 2020 Salutatorian and Valedictorian. First, we want to recognize Eliana Carney, 2020 Salutatorian. Eliana has earned a 4.56 grade point average and will be attending UCLA and studying biochemistry. Her biggest inspiration has been her grandparents, stating that from a young age, they have taught her to prioritize education and strive to be the best version of herself, both academically and personally. Congratulations, Eliana. Now, I would like to celebrate our 2020 valedictorian, Nancy Garcia Correa. Nancy has earned an astounding 4.62 GPA and will be attending Stanford in the fall. She will be studying sociology and plans to go to law school to become a defense attorney. Her biggest inspiration is 100% her family, as their hard work and perseverance are what has led to her accomplishments. Nancy will be the first in her family to graduate from college. Congratulations, Nancy. Now, we join Nancy in the gym for her speech titled El Querer es Poder. When there is a will, there is a way.
To the class of 2020, if at the beginning of the school year someone told me that school would be canceled, we would be in quarantine, and everything would be closed down, I would have never believed it. I would have laughed in their faces and continued to plan out the color of my prom dress. I'm not going to speak about the pandemic and how it has affected our senior year, because we all know that. Instead, let's celebrate. Despite all of this madness, we've reached the end of our senior year and the beginning of our lives outside of high school. Class of 2020, we're free to take on whatever path we choose, whether it be pursuing a higher education, taking on a new trade, or getting a job. Don't let anyone discourage you from choosing the path that makes you happy. And if you feel like the world is turning against you and like you won't be able to accomplish your dreams, remember that el querer es poder. The phrase means that when there's a will, there's a way. I've heard this phrase countless times growing up, and it's kept me going despite the difficulties I faced as a first-generation student. We can find a way around any obstacle and overcome it through hard work and perseverance. I know this year has beaten us all to the ground, but oh well.
Don't let it stop you from achieving what you most desire in life, because there's always a way. So go out there and conquer.
Para la gente latina, yo sé que sobresalir en este país parece ser imposible por las dificultades por las que pasamos solo por ser latinos. Es mucho más difícil, pero no es imposible. Yo sobresalí porque soy latina y sé lo que es trabajar duro para salir adelante en este mundo. Mi familia me enseñó a nunca darme por vencida, aunque el mundo se metiera encima. Soy orgullosa de ser mexicana y salvadoreña y de enseñarles a todos que sí podemos salir adelante y estar en el primer lugar. Next, I'd like to thank those who have helped me and our class move forward. First of all, my family, who are my #1 supporters. I'm here to make you proud, and I can't wait to be the first in my family to graduate from college. I'd also like to thank my teachers, who have taught me so much more than just Common Core subjects, but valuable life lessons that I'll carry throughout my life. Our teachers and staff have shown just how much they care about us during this pandemic. You are all so amazing, and I'm so grateful to have experienced my high school years in the environment that you all created for us to grow in. Right now, we're facing difficult times, not just because of the pandemic, but because of the injustices that have been constantly present in our nation. Everyone was created equal, but not everyone is treated that way. Let's hope that the second half of 2020 treats us nicely and that change happens. Let's work to make change happen. When there's a will, there's a way. Class of 2020, our lives are just starting, so let's work to ensure that the path ahead of us is brighter for all. It's not impossible. One last time, el querer es poder.
Now, joining us from the center of campus is Sadie Waldi. Sadie was recognized by the Vikings Booster Club as the student who exemplifies the Viking graduate profile with critical thinking, collaboration, communication, curiosity, character, and healthy independence. Sadie will describe how the past is a prologue to our graduate's future, along with the pride she has in her community.
Congratulations, class of 2020. See what I did there? Anyways, I mean it. I'm so proud of you guys. We did the impossible. To the class that has suffered from senioritis since the first day of freshman year, our long-awaited day is here. We really shouldn't be complaining. We've probably had the least amount of school in the history of South Tahoe High. I'm not saying we're the class who has ditched the most, although that is a possibility. I'm referring to our freshman year, when we made it to school for barely a week in January, because our little city of South Lake Tahoe was devoured by the most insane set of blizzards. And last year, when we were dumped on for a week straight in February. Tahoe snowstorms really worked in our favor. Up until this year, we were all so bitter thinking we'd have no days off. Oh, how wrong we were. Little did we know, March 13th, 2020 would be our very last day of high school. It just so happens that a global pandemic struck, and our senior year slowly took a turn down a new, unfamiliar path. I'm sure you're all tired of hearing about how life-altering COVID-19 is and how it is revealing so much about human nature. And if you're annoyed, I understand, but I believe these cliches are the truth. You guys, we are living through history. We're going to be in textbooks. Life will not be the same after this, and it is up to us, the class of 2020, to learn from COVID-19 and apply our knowledge to future global tragedies. I'm not saying that global tragedies are unavoidable entirely. In fact, they're inevitable, but it is essential that we as future leaders know how to handle them and bounce back with resiliency. If COVID-19 has taught us anything, it is that life is unexpected, and we have to learn how to cope with the curveballs we are thrown. I recall talking to my friend Travis about how excited he was for his upcoming baseball season. It was his last one, and it was going to be the best. No less than a week later, his season was canceled. As a winter season athlete, I'm lucky to have had a final season senior game. And my heart goes out to all of you spring athletes who did not have that privilege. I can't imagine the grief you must feel. Life is full of unknowns, and sometimes it isn't fair. And it feels like you're trapped in a dark room, stuck listening to Rebecca Black's Friday on repeat. But I promise you, you're not alone in your despair. Even when the impossible happens and you feel robbed, I promise there is a silver lining. We are all on the same Viking ship together, wearing the same Viking helmet, horns and all, and we can't let a couple unexpected curveballs throw us off track. I believe everything happens for a reason. Super corny, I know. So, you didn't get into your dream school. You didn't get to ask that cute girl to senior prom. Or tragically, you didn't make it to Rayleigh's in time for the toilet paper restock. So what? Life eventually works out. Each of you will have so many moments in life that will replicate the feeling of being honored at your senior game, winning prom queen, or blasting tongue-tied with your best friends as you leave the parking lot on your last day of high school. Just keep persevering. You will get there. I know it. All of you have the strength within you to design the life you want to live. You are made of the same skin and bones as Martin Luther King Jr., Malala Yousafzai, and the legendary Mr. Right. You are equally capable of changing the world. Now, not to get all mushy and sentimental, because as you guys know, that's totally not me. Just kidding. You should expect this of me by now. To all my peers who are the first in their families to graduate high school, I'm so proud of you. To all my peers who are the first in their families to be attending college next year, I'm so proud of you. And to all my peers who didn't think they'd make it this far or be sitting here today, I'm especially proud of you. We're all survivors, class of 2020. And I know this year ended much differently than we all expected, and it posed many new challenges. But as they say, this too shall pass.
And now for our bilingual speech. Before we begin, it's important to recognize the first graduates from the two-way bilingual immersion program. In an effort to cultivate biliteracy and cultural diversity, native English and Spanish speakers have been learning alongside each other since kindergarten to expand their language skills and gain perspective from each other. Thank you to the pioneering students and families who have blazed a path to a more language-rich community. Joining us from Viking Stadium are Carissa Buchholz and Brenda Santana, both recipients of the California Seal of Biliteracy, who will provide heartfelt and practical advice for the class of quarantine.
Welcome, family and friends, to the graduation that's finally happening. It's crazy to think it's been almost 100 days since we've heard the school bell, gone to lunch with friends, or thought about senior project.
Bienvenidos familia y amigos a la graduación que finalmente está sucediendo. Qué lucrar en pensar que han sido casi 100 días que no hemos escuchado la campana, ir al lonche con amigos o pensar en senior project.
It's truly been an extraordinary year considering that we've been in quarantine for the last 3 months. Quarantine came with many disappointments, no prom, no spring sports, and no last day of school, just to mention a few. But here are 3 lessons that we can take from this experience.
Seguramente ha sido un año extraordinario, considerando que hemos estado en cuarentena los últimos 3 meses. Cuarentena vino con muchas decepciones, no prom, no deportes de primavera y no último día de escuela para mencionar pocos. Pero hay 3 lecciones que podemos privar de esta experiencia.
Lesson number 1, keep in touch.
Lección número 1, mantenerse en contacto.
As we adjusted into the world of social distancing, our normal lives changed. We transitioned from having busy schedules to being stuck at home.
En lo que nos ajustamos al mundo de distanciar socialmente, nuestras vidas normales cambiaron. Pasamos de tener horarios ocupados a estar encerrados en la casa.
I don't know about you, but social distancing was much easier when keeping in touch with others. Whether it was a FaceTime call with a friend, a Zoom meeting with your favorite teacher, or a quick conversation with your neighbor, communicating with others became the highlight of our days, reminding us that we weren't alone.
No sé sobre ustedes, pero distanciarse socialmente fue más fácil cuando mantenemos el contacto con otros, sea una llamada de FaceTime, un Zoom con tu maestro favorito o una conversación con los vecinos. Comunicado con otros fue el momento más destacado de nuestros días, recordándonos que no estamos solos.
We've learned that staying connected with those we care about makes us feel supported. As you take on the next chapter in your life, don't forget to lean on your family and friends during tough times.
Aprendimos
sabemos que mantenerse en contacto con ellos a quienes queremos nos hace sentir apoyo. Aproximado el siguiente título en tu vida, no olvides confiar en la ayuda que te pueden brindar tu familia y amigos durante tiempos difíciles.
Lesson number 2, be adaptable.
Lección número 2. Ser adaptable.
I think we can all agree that quarantine forced us to change our lives in ways that we didn't expect. Suddenly, instead of attending class, we were logging into Zoom from home. We've learned to accept things we can't change and adapt. I mean, here we are having the strangest high school graduation in history.
Creo que todos podemos acordar que cuarentena nos forzó a cambiar nuestras vidas en formas que no esperábamos. De repente, en vez de ir a clases, nos conectábamos en Zoom de nuestras recámaras. Hemos aprendido a aceptar las cosas que no podemos cambiar y adaptar. Pues aquí estamos teniendo la graduación más extraña en la historia.
Life is filled with unexpected events that we must overcome, just like this pandemic. We've learned to be resilient to the struggles of quarantine and have adjusted to using masks everywhere, seeing our teachers on Zoom, and setting an alarm to wake up before noon to actually get our homework done.
La vida es llena de eventos inesperados que tenemos que superar, como esta pandemia. Aprendimos cómo ser fuertes durante las batallas de cuarentena y a usar máscaras, ver nuestros maestros por Zoom y poner una alarma para despertar antes de mediodía para terminar la tarea.
It's an amazing accomplishment that we're here today despite these challenging times. Just remember, as life throws obstacles your way, face them with an open mind.
Es un increíble logro estar aquí hoy, a pesar estos tiempos difíciles. No más recuerda, mientras que la vida te avienta obstáculos, enfrentarlos con una mente abierta.
Lesson number 3, appreciate what you have.
Lección número 3. Aprecia lo que tienes.
Before quarantine, we had what we've known for the past 4 years, our normal high school reality.
Antes de la cuarentena, teníamos lo que hemos sabido los últimos 4 años, una vida normal en la primaria.
It's funny how we didn't notice how good we had it until everything changed completely. Suddenly, we were wishing our extended spring break would just come to an end.
Es curioso en pensar que no sabíamos qué bueno lo teníamos hasta que todo cambió completamente. De repente teníamos la esperanza que nuestras vacaciones de primavera extendidas se acabaran.
Evidently, we've learned that life can change in ways that we never expect. So remember, don't take life for granted and enjoy life's moments as they last.
Evidentemente, aprendimos que la vida puede cambiar en formas que nunca esperamos. Entonces, recuerda, no tomes la vida por hecho y disfruta los momentos mientras duran.
With that, see quarantine as a journey that's taught us to be stronger as we face the challenges that lay ahead. And never forget the importance of washing your hands.
Con eso, ve la cuarentena como un viaje que nos enseñó cómo ser más fuertes durante los desafíos que encontramos y nunca olvides la importancia de lavar tus manos.
Maintain the strengths you've gained through quarantine to achieve amazing things.
Mantén las fuerzas que has ganado durante cuarentena y úsalas para lograr cosas asombrosas.
Congratulations, class of 2020. We've made it.
Felicidades, clase de cuarentino, 2020. Lo logramos.
And now I have the honor to present these students to our school board president, Larry Riley, as graduates. Members of the Lake Tahoe Unified School District Board of Education, Troy Matthews, Bonnie Turnbull, Brandy Bannister, Lori Kemper, and Larry Riley. As principal of South Tahoe High School, I certify that the graduate candidates before you have met the requirements set forth by our Board of Education, the Western Association of Schools and Colleges, and the state of California. I present to you the graduating class of 2020.
To the class of 2020, Albert Einstein once said, "Logic will get you from A to B, imagination will take you everywhere." Because of the adversity and many obstacles you have already overcome to graduate, you are uniquely qualified to imagine a future filled with new possibilities. I wish you all the best and congratulate you, class of 2020. On behalf of the Lake Tahoe Unified School District Board of Education, I accept the class of South Tahoe High School 2020.
And now, it is with great pleasure that I introduce the senior class advisors, Robin Rasmussen and Karen Levine, who will read the names of the class of 2020.
Emma Aaron,
Ruby Abuhala,
Logan Allen,
Josephine Anderson,
Lauren Anson,
Armando Antonio Martinez,
Frank Acalina III,
Jaden Aquino,
Estefany Arevalo Flores,
Ivy Ariola,
Megan Ball,
Zev Balm,
Edwin Jonathan Barajas Lopez,
Tristan Banco,
Lucas Bernard,
Jonathan Bobele,
Jensen Bowles,
Ian Bowman,
Alexander Boyko,
Gavin Breen,
Abrielle Ross,
Elise Ross,
Carissa Buchholz,
Kelsey Buckley,
Brianna Budd,
Gian Burer,
Joshua Bull,
Aiden Burns,
Adelaide Burrow,
Ryan Canfield,
Tucker Cannon,
Sebastian Cano Morales,
Alexa Karamaza,
Eliana Carney,
Nathan Carney,
Giselle Caro Sanchez,
Daniela Carpenter,
Melissa Carrillo,
Haiti Cedeno Mendoza,
Logan Chapman,
Dylan Chartra,
Diana Chavez Serafin,
Carolyn Clausen,
Cheyenne Cobb,
Carson Cobell,
Miguel Angel Correa,
Tabitha Cutting,
Ralph Darluccio,
Russell DeGeischer,
Jaden DeGregory,
Madison Dial Tuttle,
Evan Dion,
Catherine Dolan,
Christopher Dorr,
Dalton Drum,
Cameron Dunnigan,
Ryan Ellis,
Aaliyah Enriquez,
Nico Escobar,
Rosario Estrada,
Francisco Estrada Samaniego,
Madeline Evans,
Azili Ferrer,
Lars Ferrier,
Logan Field,
Jeffrey Flynn,
Ashley Foskett,
Kalea Frazier,
Natalie Frazier,
Yesenia Garcia,
Nancy Garcia Correa,
Evelyn George,
Italia Gibbons,
Christina Gomez Ramos,
Marcos Gonzalez,
Karen Guillen,
Kilea Hadaway,
Sarah Harden,
Nathan Hayward,
Cassandra Hernandez,
Edwin Herberth Arevalos,
Sequoia Hill,
Silas Hood,
Mariana Huerta Gonzalez,
Nolan Huff,
Sydney Hust,
Cameron Jackson,
Magdalene Jacosalem,
Brian Yaquez,
Alexander James,
James Jefferson,
Dean Callis,
Isabella Kilgore,
Lexi Kixmiller,
Josiah Kramer,
Sophia Lamore,
Drake Lathrop,
Travis Lee,
Cameron Lehman,
Levi Lillard,
Lady Yamas Toro,
Adrian Lomelli Mendoza,
Paula Lopez Melendez,
Maricela Lopez Villa,
Jorge Lorenzo Antonio,
Justin Lowry Erb,
Alec McLean,
Melanie Maher,
Jason Marcelino,
Mitza Marmolejo,
Antonio Marquez Fonseca,
Oscar Mazzocco,
Christian Mason,
Kayla Mason,
Cody McClure,
Grace McCulley,
Miley McDaniel,
Jera McLaughlin,
Jose Medina,
Mitzi Medina,
Itzayari Medina Ruiz,
Selvin Mejia Hernandez,
Anna Mendoza,
Itziana Marone Carrillo,
Jody Mota,
Karen Mungia Reyes,
Samantha Munoz,
Sarai Negrete,
Oscar Negrete Bravo,
Jacob Nordoff,
Alexander Norling,
Joshua Novak,
Ilario Nunez,
Edwin Nunez Estrada,
Reese O'Keefe,
Leslie Olmos Albiter,
Marissa Orzaba,
Braulio Orozco Garcia,
Alexandra Adamo,
Serena Calderon,
Tassel Patel,
Anthony Petigo,
Macy Perez,
Pedro Perez,
Jasmine Perez Alonso,
Ashley Perez Lopez,
Ashley Petrosian,
Tyler Heavenage,
Maximus Posada,
Ethan Posada Zapian,
Isabella Prather,
Quinn Proctor,
Frida Hijas Rodriguez,
Caitlin Rocca,
Kendall Rangel,
Bryce Rasmussen,
Ulysses Rea Cano,
Alon Reese Ramirez,
Danya Resendez,
Diana Reyes Medina,
Isaiah Reese Freeney,
Madison Riley,
Brandon Rios,
Anthony Robles Diaz,
Anahi Robles Farias,
Luis Rodriguez Sanchez,
Benjamin Rohrbacher,
William Ramsos,
Roberto Rosales,
Charles Ruiz Meraz,
Jordan Rubalcaba,
Delilah Ryan,
Clyde Rippins,
Guadalupe Salazar Partida,
Guillermo Salinas Saavedra,
Morrison Salmon,
Isaac Sanchez,
Nicholas Sanchez Correa,
Chriselle Sanchez Padilla,
Dylan Sanders,
Brenda Santana Guzman,
Jobel Santos,
Adam Satin,
Cade Scheifelben,
Kaylee Schnackenberg,
Chase Seacrest,
Jenna Shortridge,
Nathan Singleton Jr.,
Kaylee Smith,
Lillian Smith,
Zane Smith,
Noah Sorensen,
Alejandro Sosa Hernandez,
Bella Spina,
Casey Spindler,
Miranda Stotts,
Matthew Sullivan,
Peter Sullivan,
Aaliyah Tadeo Nava,
Dominic Toma,
Madison Tompkins,
Rose Torres Rojas,
Daniel Trejo Michel,
Hannah True,
Damaris Trujillo,
Francisco Ubayas,
Daniela Valdivia Guzman,
Carl Benedict Valiente,
Tate Valle,
Tiller Van Doren,
Brittany Vasquez,
Lorena Vasquez Ayamillo,
Juan Vasquez Valdez,
Austin Watkins,
Sadie Waldi,
Matthew Ward,
Ethan Ward,
Branda Warden,
Tegan Welch,
Bodie Whalen,
Kelly Wolverton,
Eris Wright,
Pearl Yanez,
Catherine Yonka,
Alexander Zarate Rodriguez,
Brionna Ziegler,
Congratulations, class of 2020. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow at Sierra at Tahoe, where we will take a symbolic ride and have a majestic view. See you on the mountain. Now, finally, all graduates, after this, we want to hear a collective shout and noise throughout our town. Here are Bella Spina, Miley McDaniel and Chris Dorr, co-senior class presidents, who will lead us in the turning of the tassels. See you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Chris Dorr, co-president with Miley McDaniel and Bella Spina. Wow, this is definitely not how I could have imagined graduation or even the end of our senior year. To say we were all bummed is a bit of an understatement. But let's not let this pandemic define who we are as a class. As hard as it is, let's not to try focus on what we missed, but everything we gained over the past 12 years of our lives. It's been quite a ride, if I say so myself. Whether we were part of a sports team, after-school programs, or even in our classrooms, we were and always will be taught was strong.
I know we all want to say a great big thank you to our family, classmates, peers, and friends. You've all had an influence in who we are today, and I'm sure it wasn't easy for some of the adjustments. Also, I know we all want to shout out a great big thank you to organizers and adoptive parents of the Adopt a Senior program here in Tahoe, as well as the Barton Foundation. They went over and beyond with their selfless kindness and encouragement to all of us seniors during this very difficult time, and they definitely showed us all how to get out there in the world and be a giver.
So to my history-making class of 2020, go out there, be strong, make changes, and make the world a better place.
And as senior class co-presidents, we would like to congratulate us on all making it to this point.
We're turning the pages from one chapter to another in this crazy time.
We went from freshmen to seniors to graduates.
Class of 2020, as your senior class presidents, it is our great honor to tell you that you can now move your tassels from right to left.